What's going on, guys? I want to share with you one of the lessons that I've learned in my life that has dramatically improved my ability to communicate with people and make friends. And this is actually something that I believe I read from a book called How to Talk to Anyone. I forget, I'm drawing a blank on it's a woman who wrote the book. I'm drawing a blank on her name, but fantastic book. It's a yellow cover. You can look it up on Amazon, How to Talk to Anyone. It's a great book when it comes to communication, but there's a lesson in there, and it talks about one of the easiest ways to get people to like you and to get people to, be your friend and to, have a warm reception when they're speaking to you. One of the easiest ways for you to do that is just to treat them like they're already your friend, right? It's simple, right? If you talk to somebody like you're already homies and, you guys have been friends for a long time and you give them a big hug or a big, you dap them up, whatever it is, and you have a big smile on your face and you look like you're happy to see them, right? Man, that makes people feel good. Right? I've had people do that to me before where I met them maybe one time or I was meeting them for the first time or whatever it might be. And they just looked like they were so happy to talk to me. And that just makes you like that person, man. It just does. It's the way we're wired as humans. Whenever someone looks like they're happy to see you, it's easy for you to like them and be happy to see them as well. It's the same thing with dogs. If you get home from work and your dog is super happy to see you and it's wagging its tail and it's like shaking all over and it's jumping up and down, like that's how. It's hard. It's impossible if you're a regular person to not get excited and love that dog and like think it's so cute and like you're happy to see the dog because they're so excited to see you, right? That's the exact same way it works with other people, man. I'm not saying to be jumping around and like acting like a moron or like a weirdo, but just look like you're happy to speak to them. Like if you walk up to, somebody that you haven't seen in a long time, or if you're walking up to somebody and you start a random small talk with somebody in the grocery store or anything like that, man, at work, whatever it is, just look like you're happy to talk to them. Have a smile on your face. Look them directly in the eye. Pay attention to what they're saying. Nod your head when they're speaking. Let them know that they're being listened to. Those little things like that, man, that goes a long, long, long way. And when someone's speaking to you and you can tell that, or when you're talking to someone else and they can tell that you're interested in what they have to say, or they're interested in what you have to say, or vice versa, it just makes it a much better situation, man. And when you're speaking to people, then you can tell they're excited to talk to you in like a normal way. I'm not saying like be like a fanboy or anything, but just look like you're not annoyed. Like the bar is so low. When I speak to people in public and they just look like they just hopped out of bed, they don't have a smile on their face. They look like their eyes are just dead and they look like they're just absolutely miserable. Like, dude, I don't want to spend time with those people. I don't want to talk to those people. I don't want anything to do with those people, right? Those people are going to drag you down. And whenever you're speaking to somebody like that and they're negative, you don't even have to say a word to them. You already know it's going to be a negative conversation, right? It's the exact same thing with people that are positive, man. If you just walk up to somebody with a smile on your face, and you look them directly in the eyes, you shake their hand, and when they're talking, you look them in the eyes and you're nodding your head. You're actively listening to what they have to say. You're paying attention. I'm not talking about like listening so that you can, do some kind of trick on them. I'm talking about just actually caring about what they have to say, man. Most people are actually very interesting if you are interested, right? Most people are very interesting if you're interested, right? I think I said that wrong, but you guys get what I'm trying to say, man. Pay attention to what people are saying. Actively listen to what they have to say. And you're going to learn some stuff, man. For example, whenever I'm traveling and I'm in an Uber, driving to my hotel or driving to an event or, on the way to talk to people, whatever it is, I always, always, always make it a habit to speak to the Uber drivers and ask them questions and talk to them. And, sometimes you'll talk to them and you can tell they don't want to talk back and it's whatever. I won't like push it, but like, a lot of the times you'll talk to these different people and they'll tell you so much about their lives. You'll get a lot of cool perspective. They'll tell you about where they're from. A lot of these people aren't from the United States, so they'll tell you about their home country or where they're from or where their family's from. And it's interesting, man. And I promise you, whenever you talk to them about that kind of stuff, they're happy to tell you about it. And they feel good because everybody loves to talk about themselves. It's just the way we are as humans, right? So be an interested person. And listen to what other people have to say and care, right? Care about what they have to say. Listen to them. I promise you, man, if you just do this, you're going to be ahead of 99% of people out there, especially if you're a young person, under the age of 35. Most people have no idea how to communicate, man. They don't know how to look you in the eyes. They don't know how to give you a firm handshake. They don't know how to carry a conversation or just make small talk or just be cool. They don't know how to do that kind of stuff. So if you can do those basic things, then you're going to be ahead of the curve by so much. And that's going to directly translate into your success in every single aspect of your life. It's going to help you make more friends. It's going to help you make more money at your job or your business, whatever it is. It's going to help you, better with talking to girls and trying to find a wife, right? It's going to be much better for you guys in every single way if you can just be a better communicator. And I can tell you that just being interested in what people have to say and having a smile on your face and listening to what they have to say and letting them talk about themselves, that is going to improve your communication skills exponentially. That's a fact. Okay. I don't care what anybody says. You can listen to all the communication coaches out there. That is what it is. Listen to people, be interested, let them talk, ask them interesting questions, ask them about themselves, and let them talk. And I promise you, man, you are going to be a master communicator if you do that, and if you do that with a lot of reps. And last thing I'll say on this is one of the best things that I've ever done, and I have videos about this on my channel, is one of the best things I've ever done to be able to improve my communication skills is to start speaking to strangers. Whenever you're out at the grocery store, or whenever you're at the airport, whenever you're sitting next to somebody on an airplane, whenever you're, in an Uber, whatever it is, whenever you're out around people, which is every single day, whenever you're around people, just start talking to them. If somebody's in the store and you see they have some nice shoes, give them a compliment. Say, hey man, I love those shoes. Where'd you get those? Hey man, I got them at Nike. Nice. Nice to meet you. I'm Brendan. Have a good day. It can be that simple. Keep it short, keep it sweet, but just talk to people, man. When you're in an elevator, and everybody's just standing around like it's all awkward. Nobody knows what they want to say. It's just all weird. Just break the ice and say, hey, where you guys from? I'm Brendan. Nice to meet you. You never know what can happen when you do that, right? I've gotten clients from that. I've gotten friends from that. And I've gotten all kinds of practice from that because I made myself speak to strangers, right? It's not comfortable at first, but after a while, you start to realize that it's not a big deal, right? And you just do it instinctively, and it just becomes a habit, right? Most people, whenever you're out in public, at least for me, most people do not do this, right? So if you can do this, you're going to be so ahead of the game, right? Start speaking to strangers. Listen to what they have to say. Ask them questions. Keep it short. Keep it sweet. Have a smile on your face. Say, hey, it's nice to meet you. I'm Brendan. And let them go. It's that simple, guys. Keep things simple. Don't overcomplicate it. Be a good person. Just be a good person. It's that simple. Care about what they have to say. Be interested in what they have to say. Take an interest in their life. Say something short. Say something sweet. And give them a compliment and go about your day. If you do that, I promise you, you're going to be a much better communicator. And I'm speaking from experience because I'm a naturally introverted person. And I've had to do this, by habit. Or I shouldn't say by habit. I've had to force myself to do this until it became a habit. And now it is a habit in my life. And I'm fairly extroverted. And it's helped me in so many different aspects of my life. And I know it will with you guys as well. So I hope this helps you guys out. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Tell me if this did or didn't help you. If this did and this resonates with you, subscribe to the channel. Again, we're trying to build a community here of people who want to win. And I would love to have you guys on this movement with me. I can't do this without you guys. So smash the likes if this helped. Would love to hear your thoughts. I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next video.